Guys, Tania from 90 Day Fiancé just revealed something huge. In a recent episode of The Single Life, she confessed that she wasn't just into men, and you'll never believe what else she revealed about her dating life. So yeah, Tania, she pretty much just shocked everyone when she revealed that she plans to date a woman next after her divorce from Sinjin. And this was a pretty surprising confession, and I definitely did not see it coming. But it turns out that Tania might have been feeling this way for a while now, because she said that, she's always been into women. And even though it sounded like she'd, never been in a serious relationship with a woman before, she seemingly always wanted to know and do more. And Tania even confessed that her first ever kiss was actually with a woman. And this was apparently during a girls' night when she was younger, and one of the girls that, was there that night apparently had a lot of experience kissing, according to her, so they all kissed her to practice, and this ended up being Tania's first ever kiss. And so she said that she's been interested in women ever since then, and it looks like now that she's no longer with Sinjin, she's finally ready to try. So in the episode, we got to see Tania talk to a woman that she met during her trip to Aruba, and Tania said that she loved meeting people organically, just locking eyes with someone and immediately feeling a connection, and it seemed like she thought that maybe she could have a connection like that with this woman. And Tania said that she, found her really cute, and then she went to talk to her, and this woman is apparently from Holland. But now, despite her and Tania, sharing smiles and seemingly hitting it off, Tania's crush actually then revealed that she was engaged. And so Tania's plan did not really work out there, but she said that she was still proud that she went to talk to her, and she admitted, that pursuing women was still uncharted territory for her, but this was clearly a huge step for her in the right direction, and I totally understand why she was proud of herself. I mean, I didn't really see this coming, and I definitely didn't expect Tania to just say that she wanted to date a woman from now on, but once she explained it, it did make a lot of sense, and I get why she might have been so nervous about it, because it seems to me like, from what she said, she doesn't really have a lot of experience with women, and even though she's clearly interested in dating them, this is something that she's never done before, and that has to be pretty nerve-wracking, and I'm honestly pretty curious to see how this is all going to work for her. I mean, Tania's announcement was pretty shocking, but I feel like it might get even crazier from here, because I recently saw this post that made it seem like Tania might actually be dating a woman for real, because she shared a screenshot from her Instagram stories where she was in a photo with another mystery woman, and the caption said that this was her date. So I'm really curious to see if this is someone we might get to see on the show at some point, and just how this whole thing is going to work out for Tania. And honestly though, I'm not really sure that Tania's dating life is going to improve that much. I mean, she's been involved in some pretty crazy drama ever since she became single, and she's obviously been having a lot of fun partying and stuff, but I just kind of think her whole thing with Joel was pretty interesting and super telling where she's at right now, and she and Joel went on a couple dates before she decided to end things with him, and the reason why she did that was honestly incredibly bizarre, because she noticed that he had a tattoo of someone's lips, and she pretty much freaked out about it, and Tania said that she wasn't okay with him having a tattoo of his ex-girlfriend, but then, she complained about how Joel had a problem with her still being married when he had a tattoo, and she kind of implied that having a tattoo was way more serious and permanent than marriage, which I thought was just a bizarre and insane comment to make, especially since she got a tattoo dedicated to Sinjin on her finger too, and she was so annoyed at Joel for not having his tattoo removed, but I just don't get why she thought a tattoo was a bigger deal than a legally binding, marriage contract. And plus, I found it kind of annoying that she thought that getting a tattoo removed would be a simple thing to do. I mean, as far as I know, getting rid of your tattoo can actually be expensive and painful, so I can't exactly blame Joel for not wanting to do that, and also his tattoo is literally just a tattoo of someone's lips. It's pretty vague, and honestly, he could have easily told that it was just a general tattoo of some random lips. I mean, it is obviously a tattoo that he got of his ex, so I do kind of get why Tania wasn't, about that, but still, it seemed pretty weird to me. Like, she was definitely making this whole thing into a much bigger issue than it had to be, but I kind of think that there probably was a reason for that, because as much as she's been partying and acting like she's been having fun being single, I don't think that's actually been the case, and she might say that she's now excited to date women and all that, but I genuinely think that she's still not really over Sinjin. And I mean, first of all, she's not really making any moves to actually divorce him, which would be a pretty massive red flag for me if I was dating someone that was still married and not actively trying to get divorced. But there's more, because, her thing was, Joel was especially telling, in my opinion, because she literally ended things with him by saying that he reminded her too much of some of Sinjin's bad behavior, and apparently some of Joel's red flags were Sinjin's red flags too. And I don't know about you, but to me, this just felt like a massive excuse for her to end things with him, because this and the whole tattoo thing, it just seemed to me like she was just trying to get out of there. And also, it's pretty clear that from what she said, she was still thinking about Sinjin a lot at that point. Because she didn't just think that Joel had red flags, she thought that he had Sinjin's red flags, which really made me think that she was still mainly thinking about him and not about Joel. And plus, let's not forget that she got annoyed at Joel for constantly bringing up the divorce thing, and when it really felt to me like she was the one who kept bringing Sinjin up, and who was being weird about this whole thing. And I don't know, I mean, but I just feel like ever since she became single, she's kind of been all over the place, which is understandable, but not really fair on the people she might date. And I'm really just curious to see where this whole thing with her dating women from now on goes. I mean, it does seem like it might go somewhere, and I do kind of hope that it goes well for her, because from what we've seen, it's clear that she does really want to try dating women, and that she's been wanting that for a while now. So I do want this to work out for her, but I don't know if she's actually, ready. And in my opinion, she and Sinjin really need to get divorced now and finally move on. But what do you guys think? I mean, were you surprised at Tania's confession? And do you think she's ready to move on? Guys, let me know in the comments down below.